Avia-Tek, aerospace consulting for emerging markets.
The last 2 months have been very exciting for Chinese aviation. We're going to give you a quick rundown on some of the key events that happened. On March 22nd, an MOU was signed between Sukhoi Superjets and Henan O-bay Aviation to produce 100 SSJ-100s in Zhengzhou. The company Henan O-bay signed this agreement in cooperation with two other Chinese consulting firms. Their company is backed by a Shanghai investment group called Yumin Investment. The plan includes setting up a completion center in 2016 and a full final assembly line by 2018. Interestingly, the only OEM that commented officially on this announcement immediately following it was CAAC. They discussed both the economic benefits that would be provided to the region, as well as the significant challenges that they expect Henan O-bay would face, challenges that they are very familiar with themselves. Next, let's talk about Xi Jinping's visit to Europe last month. The Europe visit resulted in 70 aircraft orders from Airbus Group, mostly A320s, and 37 of those orders were actually unblocked orders from the ETS carbon emissions scheme disagreement. Besides the Airbus Group commercial aircraft, there was also an announcement for a production agreement of 1,000 EC-175 helicopters between Airbus Group and Avicopter. If we added all 1,000 of those helicopters over a 20-year period, it would still mean that the Chinese civil helicopter industry would grow at a historical rate faster than had ever happened before. Next, on the 28th of January, there was a decree from the central government which both canceled and decentralized a wide range of policies across a full spectrum of government agencies and bureaus. Of those agencies and bureaus, the CAAC was also included. First, they canceled some of the policies requiring central government approval for commercial airline code shares. They also canceled some of the requirements related to aircraft maintenance, and they decentralized some of the approval requirements for foreign pilots, navigators, and maintenance technicians. Last week, Avia-Tek attended the Global Aerospace Summit in Abu Dhabi. The summit was hosted by Etihad Airlines and Mubadala. One of the keynote speakers was the second man to walk on the moon, Buzz Aldrin. He talked about the requirement for the global community to cooperate in order to ever have human beings set foot on Mars. Besides global cooperation, he highlighted the very key importance and the fact that this kind of achievement would be impossible if there is not a significant change in the bilateral relationship between the US and China in regards to cooperation in space. Next, ABACE, the Business Aviation Conference, will kick off tomorrow in Shanghai on April 15th. One of the key companies to watch will definitely be Minsheng Financial Leasing. They also have a company called Minsheng International, who is an operating company. They recently added, in fact this month alone, 5 aircraft into their fleet. They plan to add an additional 2 aircraft to their fleet for every month for the rest of 2014. Within a short amount of time, this will place them as the market leader in terms of fleet size in China, surpassing Deerjet. Minsheng is one of the only financial institutions to not only engage in operations, but they're even going to invest in creating a business aviation airport to the south of Beijing. Finally, we'll leave you with a photo of an American pilot who landed his LSA aircraft in Sichuan province at a gas station, refueled, drove away, and then took off. If you have any questions about the Chinese aviation industry, feel free to leave us a comment or contact us by email. You can find some of the links to these events in the description of the video below.